Hello guys, welcome back to Patrón de Mujer. I'll be sharing with you a tutorial how to make this dress, and you can find this pattern on the magazine Patrones Infantiles number 17. Having said that, let's get started. We'll take pen and paper to write down the materials. Once we have the pattern dressing from the magazine, we cut along the side line that we make. These are finished patterns, which means they have 1 cm seams, hems, and come with notches and grand lines. Let's check the pieces. We fold until the notch and we press with the arrow the front piece. These are the cuffs. We fuse them, we press in half and a centimeter inside. And the sleeve, we overlock the sides. This is the skirt. We fold in half the bias. And these are the pieces from the back. We overlock the center back and the sides. And this is the lace and the lining. We're going to start with the sleeves. We're going to cut on the notch. Now we need to fold the placket because we're going to pass a stitch on it. To fold in half, we're going to close for one side and then we're going to gather the cuff. This is the cuff. We're going to close on the sides. We fold in half, we face the right of the cuff. Continue with the front piece. We're going to fold until the notch and we're going to pass a stitch on the bottom and the top a little bit for hold the fold. This is the sleeve, this is the placket. We fold half centimeter, we fold another one, and we pass a stitch on it. And we pass a little stitch on the placket. Fold in half and sew them on the sides. This is the cuff of the sleeve. We open the seams, we pass a stitch, and parallel to the first one, we pass another one, and then we pull the thread from the spool for get together. This is the cuff. We fold in half, we face the right, and we're going to close on the sides. Cut the corners, turn the cuff, and then we have to press with the arm. Pull the corners. This is the front piece. We're going to fold until the notch and we're going to pass a stitch. You will find the measure on the pattern. Pass a stitch on the bottom and the top for hold the fold. We're going to place the cuff. We face the rights of the cuff, and we're going to spread all around of the cuff. Face the rights and sew them all around of the cuff. Now we pull the centimeter inside and we pass a stitch all around of the cuff. This is the head of the sleeve. We're going to pass a stitch from the notch to the notch, and then we want to pull the thread from the spool for get a little bit together. Now we continue with the front piece. We're going to face the rights of the front and back. We're going to close on the shoulders. And we're going to close the sides. The skirt, but first we overlock the sides of the skirt. We're going to face the rights and we're going to close on the sides. And we're going to gather the skirt. This is the front and back, and we sew them on the sides and the shoulders. This is the skirt. We face the rights and we sew them on the sides. Now we need to gather the skirt, so we're going to pass a stitch to along of the skirt, and parallel to the first one we're going to pass another stitch, and then we're going to pull the thread from the spool for get together. Place the skirt. You have to match the center front and the sides, and spread the gather properly to all along of the waist. Then we're going to place the zipper. Face the rights of the skirt and the top pieces and match the sides and the center front, and remember to facing up the gather because we don't want to get the foot entangled. Now we're going to place the invisible zipper, so you have to use invisible foot, and you put the main fabric of right side facing up and sewing as close to the teeth as possible. We need to position the zipper teeth into the groove of the foot. Mark on the zipper the cut of the waist and at the end of the zipper. The other side of the zipper and match the marks. Cut the zipper and finish closing the center back. We continue with the lining. We're going to face the right and we're going to close on the sides and the shoulders. Also, we're going to close the skirt, so we face the right and we're going to close on the sides. But remember, you have to overlock the sides and the shoulders of this dress. Face the rights of the front and back and sew them on the sides and the shoulders. Continue with the skirt. We face the rights and we sew them on the sides. Now we need to gather the skirt, so we pass a stitch along of the skirt and parallel to the first one we pass another one and then we pull the thread from the spool for get together. Match the sides and the center front and spray together. Remember to facing up together because we don't want to get the foot entangled. We need to join the lining with the main fabric. We match the shoulders and the center back and we're going to close around of the neckline. Then we're going to pass a stitch around of the armhole because we need to hold the lining with the main fabric. And we're going to close the center back. Face the rights of the fabrics and sew them from the center back. Finish closing the center back. Now we face the backs of the lining and the main fabric, and we're going to pass a stitch around of the neckline because we need to hold the lining with the main fabric. This is the armhole, and also we're going to pass a stitch around of the armhole. We're going to place the bias around of the neckline. After that, we're going to place the sleeves. So we have to match the shoulders and the notches and the side. This is the neckline. We place on top the bias and we pass a stitch on it all around of the neckline. Cut the excess of the fabric around of the neckline. Snip the curves of the neckline. Fold the bias and pass a stitch on the edge. Now, fold the centimeter inside of the bias and fold the bias again inside of the garment and pass a stitch on the other edge of the bias. Place the sleeves, sew them all around, and then we have to overlock the seams. We overlock the hem with the visible tape, and then we're going to press with the iron the hem. Then we're going to place the lace around of the lining. Place the lace on the lining and sew them all around of the hem. And pass a stitch on the edge of the lining all around of the hem. Now we need to place the piping, and by hand we're going to pass a stitch around of the piping. At the end of the piping, we use a lighter for finish the piping. And we have finished our dress. We place the buttons on the cuff and the front, and this is the lace of the skirt. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more tutorials. You can find this pattern on the magazine Patrones Infantiles number 17, and the links are below. We'll see you in another video very soon. Bye.